that was probably for me like the major part of this cruise was so when Laura, who's has metastatic breast cancer, and actually let me go back, when we were at dinner, you know, she kept talking about when she dies, and her mom was sitting next to her, and Laura seems to be very at peace with the fact that she has stage 4 breast cancer and she will die from it. For her mother, you could see her tense up every time she mentions when I die or when I'm gone. And it was interesting and very, you know, emotional to see the difference, because Laura's kind of accepted her fate, but Mom is still kind of fighting for the miracle, and that was interesting. And Laura actually came in the pink party and thanked everyone for allowing her to feel like a survivor for a short period of time. But in my mind, Laura is a survivor. She has been dealing with this disease for over 5 years, and she has not allowed cancer to define her. So it was important for me to acknowledge that to Laura, that she just she wasn't a survivor for just the 4 days of this cruise. She is a survivor and a thriver, but it's just on different terms than other people on the cruise that are cured of their cancer. But she is a survivor and a thriver.
Well, you saw Dr. Lisa Curcio in that clip from a previous Thrive cruise that they did, and she's here to talk about, well, actually, Thriver cruise.
Correct.
Cruise. The one coming up next year in 2019. Nice to see you,
Good to
as
see you
always.
too. Thank you for having me.
So that, like I said, was from a few years ago. So tell me about these cruises. Why did you start them, and what's really the purpose?
Well, I would like to take the credit for starting them, but it certainly
wasn't you?
wasn't me.
Okay.
No, it's Beverly Vogt,
Okay.
and she works for a breast cancer company called Breast Cancer Wellness, and they've been doing this for several years. And it's an opportunity for people who are either currently being treated or have completed their treatment and are
Okay.
now survivors, to get together and celebrate and to bond and to share that common experience and to grow and to grow from their experiences and to further have great experiences as part of their breast cancer journey.
And this is something that's done, is it every couple years or how often?
It's done every year,
Oh, it is done
but
every
every
year.
couple years they actually leave from the West Coast.
Oh, I get it. Okay,
The
which
majority
makes
of them
sense.
are actually, and
Okay.
it initially started on the East Coast.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Yes.
So of course they get the Caribbean down there.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
and that's where they went last year, I believe.
All right. So what happens on this cruise? Besides, obviously you got people bonding together, but are there lectures? And I
yes.
know obviously you're aboard.
A couple years ago, several physicians from Breastlink actually participated and gave lectures, including myself. I gave lectures on nutrition and cancer survival and what you can do to optimize the risk, the chance of the cancer not coming back. And all of this was done with breast cancer themed events. They would have like t-shirt design for breast cancer contest, and they did, I think, a flip-flop design contest, and a lot of events around kind of bonding, camaraderie, and just sharing that common experience.
Now, is there a theme that goes besides what you told me? Is each cruise like themed?
No.
Well, this one's going to be about this and this. It's just kind of a catch-all.
Catch-all,
All
yes.
right.
And I think a lot depends on who are the guest lecturers. There's certain themes. We're certainly going to look at lifestyle, wellness, and things of that nature for our upcoming cruise.
As far as people who want to go on this, now we're talking about this is March of next year.
Correct.
Is now the time to look into it?
Absolutely, because
Okay.
I believe...
Cruises, as we know,
Right.
go quick.
The down
Yeah.
payment needs to be in by the end of the year. So
Okay.
to reserve your space and get a cabin, you have to contact right away.
Okay, and that's because this is a huge group that's going.
Exactly.
So they have to begin to block these out.
Exactly.
Now, as far as where you're going, Mexican cruise down to Cabo, that kind of thing? Okay.
Correct.
All right.
Correct. So it's a great experience. It's just, I learned from so much. I mean, I've had breast cancer, and I'm a breast cancer surgeon, but still listening to people's stories and really just kind of hearing how their breast cancer experience was, I learned so much from that cruise.
Well, as you said, the main point of this is people begin to bond together and are able to speak almost freely. Sometimes they don't want to speak about certain things, and this is something everybody gets together. They have questions and the different kind of programs that are available. Now, obviously, Breastlink is going to be there. Are there other groups that come to this as well, or is it sort of exclusive to you
Usually
folks?
it's exclusive.
Okay.
I'm not sure if this year there's going to be other groups, but I know myself and Dr. Paris, she's one of our radiologists at our Temecula Breastlink, is going to be there.
Because since you said they're on the East Coast as well, I didn't know if you guys go back and forth and kind of help each other out a little bit.
Yeah, not necessarily, no.
So how many people go on this cruise, or it just depends? Do you have...
It's usually several hundred. There are people on the cruise that are not part of the Thrivers cruise, but certainly we'd love to fill the ship with breast cancer Thrivers.
Yeah, and that's why people need to sign up early.
Correct.
Because
then they open
the
up
ship
those
itself
spaces.
is going to open up. Yeah, exactly. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're really excited.
It's a great cause. The importance of it, of people getting together and bonding. And I know what I wanted to ask you. Can they bring family members?
Absolutely.
Is this something, so you can? This isn't like only you. You can bring your partner or spouse or...
Their support system, their friends, their family. They can bring as many people as they want to. Yes.
And as far as the cabins, it's the usual, you got your choice, what's available.
Correct. And the sooner you actually reserve a spot, the better the choices you have.
Okay. Now I'm looking here, and you said the subject matter, important health and nutrition. So, cruise ships aren't always known for health and nutrition. They may be, those options are there, but they got the big, huge buffets and that sort of thing.
But that's like life, isn't it?
Yeah,
There's
I guess it is.
always lots of choices, and what we need to learn is how to make good choices. It's not that we can't have that decadent dessert, but we shouldn't do it every night of the week.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Well, this sounds like a lot of fun. Now, I'm going to give you the contact information. I know it's on the poster, but it's a little hard to see. It's LoriBennettTravel.com. Now, if you forget that, call Breastlink and just say, hey, we're really interested in this cruise that will be coming up, the Thrivers cruise that will be coming up next year, and they will give you the contact information. And that's is it on the website? I didn't check.
Yes, I believe it is.
Well, there you go. You can go to the Breastlink website. So if you forget the person, it's Lori, L-A-U-R-I-E, Bennett, B-E-N-N-E-T-T, travel.com. If you forget that, go to the Breastlink website. You get the information there. It's probably the easiest.
It is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right. Good to see you, Doctor, as always.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Great to have you here. All right, remember, next March, but you got to plan for this ahead of time and deposit by the end of the year?
By the end of the year.
By the end of the year. All right.